thank you Shalini and the team for giving me an opportunity to be with you all and share my experience as well as my knowledge in the food industry. The journey so far, I am having around 15 years of experience in the food industry. So, and also I would like to keep this session more interactive. So please feel free to pause me in between and ask any questions that might come to your mind at any given point of time. And having said this, I would like to start my presentation. So, what has been my career in the food industry? So, okay. So, why food science and technology? So, as per our education system, like after doing your 10th, then the immediate question comes to our mind: what should be the next career option that we should choose in order to have a successful career in the life. So nowadays you can see a lot of information coming in a consolidated manner through different social media platforms, whether it is WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitters, and the pretty much the short slide that you can see now that can give you different avenues, different starting from 10th onwards. Subsequently, after the 12th standard as well, another focus of opportunities also open up. So same thing happened with me also. I am not different, and I have also gone through the same system. So what next after 12? So that was the immediate question coming to our mind, and after discussing with the parents, also knowing about our friends and what opportunities or what all things they are looking forward, so that we come to know, and that helps us in taking decision for our career as well, depending on our liking, our preference, what do we aim for, or what is our like a role model, and in line with that we can decide upon that. So I'm sure everyone must have seen this movie called Lakshya. So pretty much every adult goes through this situation, right? From after passing out from a higher school and going into a higher secondary school, pretty much dilemma is there in his mind what to do next. So I had also gone through the same situation. Talking specifically about myself, after 12th, I had an opportunity to do career in IT as well. So, in fact, in line with that, I had also taken admission in one of the renowned colleges. But somehow I was not feeling comfortable, and I was looking out for some career in agriculture sector. So that's where I got to know about the agriculture stream and the different courses also which are offered under the agricultural universities. So those are basically either the allied courses or some courses which are after getting the agricultural output, the post-harvest treatment, or how can we do value addition through the post-harvest processes. This is like agricultural engineering. There is the fishery sciences, there is dairy science, and technology courses also. So I was also looking at a broader agriculture university and kept pretty much all the options open during the admission time. And after going through the rounds, then I got excited and got more interested in knowing more about the food science course, which was offered at that time only in one of the agriculture universities, that is Marathwada Agriculture University, Parbhani, or now it is being called as Vasantrao Naik Marathwada Krishi Vidyapit. So I got more interested in this particular course. Why? Because it's a multidisciplinary course. it teaches you through different courses about different food products, right from the cereals and pulses to the latest technologies which are involved into the value addition of the products. Okay, so also another question, another satisfaction that comes to our mind is that it's a food industry. So there are a lot of food processing industries around the world as well as in India. So job prospects would be better. Also, if I get an opportunity to work in an R&D, then I would be able to develop new products for the industry. Then, okay, if things fall in place, also I could explore the entrepreneurship opportunities. Also, depending upon the vacancies in the government jobs, so that avenue also open up. And then also somewhere in the back of the mind, we also feel satisfied. Somewhere we are able to work for or with the farmers in order to give better returns for their produce. So these were the few thoughts which was there in my mind, and that's why I selected food science and career uh, in my career journey of food industry. Yeah. On what is a ideal and an actual situation? So you can see the small photograph on this slide. On the left hand side, you can see how do we want a personal growth to look like. Yeah, it should be what you decide, what you plan, and it gets implemented. It's a very exponential growth, I would say, a straight line. But in actual, it is all like a khichdi. Everything is intertwined within itself. A lot of hurdles would be there. A lot of challenges would be there in each one of our career, each one of our life, and that has an influence on the actual thing, or where do you eventually land up in your career, in your life, and how do we unwind this, and what we have to do in order to have a straight line growth in our career as well as in our life. So what is the key to reach our ambition and success? So few points which I have realized in my life, and I just jotted it down for sharing with you all. So self-introspection or self-reflection is very important in order to know what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, and how can we convert these weaknesses or strengths into opportunities. At the same time, knowing what are the threats involved in exploring those opportunities. So a self-reflection has to be done. Now, how do we do it? First thing is we have to do it by ourselves. We have to look it by ourselves within. Who am I? What are my what am I good at, and where do I need to improve? If I am good at something, how can I build on it further and make it good in my career as well? So those things can be done through getting a 360-degree feedback. 360-degree feedback meaning the network of influence or the area around you. I mean, the close contacts within your network. It could be starting with your family, then your friends, the people in your society, could be your neighbors, or could be your far off friends or relatives. So you need to have a discussion. It could be informal as well, and if it can be a structured, it would be very good in order to help you decide and understand what are your strengths and where are you good at, and there you can make a good career in your life. This is very important. After getting a feedback, then you have to have a conversation with them. Okay, so okay, if I take this career, if it is like a medical stream that I wanted to go, what what can I do in that, and how my family would be able to support it, and eventually how I can also support to my family. So that kind of a discussion dialogue has to happen after getting the feedback, and that will help you to narrow down and define your career path. Like as I mentioned in my career also, I had an opportunity for an IT career, but I was not feeling happy, or was not excited to develop my career in that. So, and on the other side, when there was an opportunity for doing a degree course in food sciences, I was very excited. I was looking towards all the positive things which I could think about it, that really help me in convincing and agreeing with my parents to allow me to do this particular course. And after having agreed, then I started pursuing my career in BTech Food Sciences, right? And then the action is needed on how do you achieve that. So you have to achieve the eventual target that you have decided, basis on your liking, or what is your passion to do that. Okay, so after having selected the food science and technology course, then started looking at different options, what we can do, or what we can take it up as a career in our life. Now, definitely, I would want to mention over here, selection or joining the food science course was by choice. So, as you know, it is very exciting to know how a particular packaged food product is getting manufactured, and if I come back, how it is developed. So that was pretty exciting. And going forward, why not? I could also think of doing a business also in that field. So these were the things which were exciting. And after having joined the course, I got convinced that yes, there are very good opportunities in this professional course, because it makes you independent. Either you can start your own business, you can be a consultant, or also it could opens up number of opportunities into the private sector for the different food processing industries. Then also you can work in government side, for either through some uh, institutes, or through some particular departments which are mainly into the compliances side, like it could be the FSSA department, or Ministry of Food Processing Industries for that sake. You can also look at expat by looking at overseas opportunities, wherein the food processing industry is very well established and very well developed in case of the developed countries. And in similar way, I would say the Indian food processing industry is a sunrise industry for India. And as you can see in different forums or different channels, the way Indian government is promoting about Atmanirbhar Bharat. So definitely they are very much positive and very much promoting the agricultural sector, which has very good opportunity for making India self-reliant in terms of food processing sectors. And how does a career progresses for a food scientist and technology? This is just a brief snapshot I would want to mention at the beginning. At the beginning, it's like a fresher for processing of different cereals and oil seeds. Then, as he gains experience, so he grows in his career, starts to learn new things, and then he can start contributing and exploring new things in his career, and then eventually, long-term perspective, he can become an expert and be heading a particular department and a team who can give directions which has a very good impact onto the performance of the businesses. Okay, so all this can be very much achieved if we continue the momentum, like having a growth mindset in your gut or in your mind, in your thought processes, rather than having a fixed mindset. And then you continue to grow in your career. Now, here I would also take this opportunity to share my delicious food journey. As you can see, I joined BTech Food Sciences in 1998, and then after that pursued my master's in food technology in 2002. And how did I get into this? So I would give full of my credit and my achievement to my team, basically my friends, I mean to say. So, which helped us in coming together, and together we achieved for everyone something or the other. And then, as I see, each of my friend is doing very well in their selected career opportunities. So teamwork is very important. You should come together, you should discuss, by discussing and interacting with each other, and also at the same time when you are opening up with each other, so you will also start to get feedback and also learn many new things in the course. And that's where, because of this teamwork, we could wherever we had applied, wherever whichever competitive exams we participated, whether it is related to the ICR, whether it is for the CFTRI or for the ICT, all of my friends could qualify in all the exams, and we were able to, in fact, after our BTech Food Sciences, when we had applied or when we had participated in this competitive exam, we were all qualified in this exam, and pretty much all of us did the masters also in these institutes or in these reputed institutes. Then onwards, from 2004, I started my professional career. Now, as you can see, now how does a career builds in career builds of a food scientist or a food technologist, for that sake. So, having built a good foundation through the good selection of a good course and then selection of a good college, it helps you in giving a edge in the market to also join good companies. So in 2004, it was through the campus placement, so could get opportunity with Coca-Cola. As you know, it's world's largest beverage manufacturing company, and here I was mainly recruited into the quality assurance department, and it was a very good program, 1 year's program, I would say, for understanding the business environment for a fresher coming out from an institute. Later, I got an opportunity to work for a chocolate and confectionery company that is with Nestle India, and also this gave me an opportunity to start my R&D journey. So always for a food scientist and a technologist, research and development is an exciting area, and definitely with Nestle got a good learnings and good understanding for me to help shape and start delivering new product developments in line with the business requirements. As you know, food science and technology is a multidisciplinary course, so meaning it has very diverse courses in the education, and then when you enter into the industry, that also gives an opportunity to work with different food categories. So same with my career. I later on in 2017 I got opportunity to work for a bakery company called Bauli. It's an Italian bakery manufacturing company, and they have a state-of-the-art plant for continuous manufacturing of croissants on an industrial scale. So here it was also a challenge for a food scientist and technologist to learn and then start contributing back to the industry to give growth and give business volume to the company. So that as a R&D person, I was also able to contribute significantly in that role. Having continued in that, then okay, I got another opportunity to work into Barry Callebaut, which is I would say hardcore into the fundamentals or the basic cocoa processing. So with Nestle, it was mainly developing the products out of these cocoa ingredients, whether it is a cocoa powder or a cocoa butter or a cocoa mass. But here, in case of Barry Callebaut, I have got an opportunity to work with the basic cocoa, plus giving the value addition also to the customers through developing new and exciting products, which would give a good advantage for their growth. Okay, so that has been, or that is the journey that I am continuing now. And how do we learn and how do we grow? So here in this slide, you can see from, I would go from right to left. So it starts with the 10% of having a formal training onto the particular subject. What do you want to know? What do you want to understand? There you gain the knowledge. Now with this knowledge, we come to the 20% part, wherein it gives an opportunity for sharing of our knowledge with others. So as can be seen in the picture, the guy who is onto the top of the ladder is helping his colleague to come up along with him. So that's through sharing of the knowledge. So there you also parallelly build your skills on the knowledge that you have acquired. Then moving to the extreme left, that is 70% on the job. So wherein you are able to give directions, you are able to shape a particular business plan, and that is where you are applying the skills and the knowledge that you have gained in your career journey. Okay. Here also I would like to quote an example of the typical 70-20-10 model, and very much this is followed across, whether it is in educational institute or manufacturing industry. Okay, the services industry, which this logic is applied, and companies are practicing this in order to grow, make the employees learn and grow. So what example I wanted to mention over here was about public speaking. Now let's say if I wanted to develop my skills in effective communication and having a command while I'm delivering a public talk, or I'm giving a presentation to the team or to the management. So if I have to improve upon it, what do I do? So first of all, I will take the help of all the social media platforms, go to the podcast and listen to the conversation for the effective leaders, who how they are able to influence and make an impact on the audiences. So that will be my first step. So I will do some research. I will start to listen. I will start to learn. From now, after having learned that, I will have to now start applying it. I will have to start practicing it. So in my network of influence, I will start to present myself slowly by making some presentation, and talking about it. Once I deliver that, the second thing I have to do is to get feedback from them, from my colleagues or my friends, like how has been my presentation? What are the areas of improvement? Now, it can be like straightforward. If you ask someone, at times you might get a positive as well as a negative feedback, but negative feedbacks also should be appreciated, and this would be considered as an opportunity for building on it and improving further. So you have to start practicing it, and slowly, as you start practicing it, then you will become a good performer of it, and then you will be able to shape it properly, and you will become a master by working on all the lacunas or all the negative aspects which are involved in your public speaking or in your communication style. Okay. Okay, so now the learning or the knowledge understanding, I have just put in a short slide which talks about the capacity to learn is a gift. For some people, it could be like inborn talent for them to grasp very fastly, and also their confidence level is quite high in that case, so it could be a gifted. But for people who has the ability to learn, he has the passion, he has the curiosity to know more and more things, so that will help in building his skill very sharply. And then the willingness to learn is by choice. Okay, so with this, I would like to give my last slide, which is about the famous quote from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the great visionary, to whom also I admire, which he says that learning gives good creativity, and that creativity leads to good thinking, and that thinking gives you more knowledge, and that knowledge makes you very great. Yeah, so with this, I wish you all the best in your food journey, and I can open the floor for question and answers.
Yes, thank you so much, Prakash, for sharing your very own experiences while you were walking and are working on path of journey of your food scientist and technologist as a career. So we have a lot of questions, and I put forth those questions. So the very first question is, you were also a fresh graduate. So do you have any tips or suggestions? So as a fresh graduate, how were you unsuccessful? Were you also faced some challenges? So, and how did you overcome those? And what is your message for fresh graduates when they are hunting for job, and particularly in a good company, the multinational company? And since you have a very good experience working in multinational, one of the topmost multinationals of the country, they look for experience. So when our fresh graduates, they do not have experience, how do you encourage or help them, and how did you tackle? So thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you for asking this question. And I'm sure this question is there in every one of the students top of their mind, and pretty much it is obvious, and the same question was there in our mind as well when we were uh, in our final semester of graduation. So what we have to do next? So options were there in case of us, like going into an industry, working for the food industry, or pursuing a higher education, like doing the masters, and then if you are further interested, pursuing further the PhD program as well. So talking specifically about myself, we were or I was open to explore all the options. So if I am able to get admission for a master's course, I was open for that. Parallelly, I was also preparing for a food industry job. So what we used to do, we used to undertake internship program between our semester breaks. So during my career or during my the BTech courses, I did internship courses with three companies. It was with one was with the Gits Foods, another was with Coca-Cola, and another was a small industry in my vicinity. So that helped me in preparing myself for the food industry job. So definitely, the industry has the question in front of them when selecting a new a fresher or a fresh pass out student from an institute, what experience he has, what knowledge he has, which on which we can get confidence for him to start delivering and giving responsibilities, of course, by giving basic knowledge and information about their product, about their processes, and then taking him on role. But doing these short courses helps you prepare for that. Now, this is about the practical part. And parallelly, you will also need to start doing some courses, which would be value-added courses, I would say, which are talking or which give you knowledge about the recent trends in food science and technology. Plus, whether it is related to quality processes, quality systems like FSSC 22000 or ISO 9001, which would definitely give an edge and an advantage for you to getting considered in a food industry job. And of course, you have to keep keep trying. So not that it's not that you do one thing and with that you you will be relying upon to do that. But I would suggest you keep all the options open, and wherever opportunity is there and wherever you are find to be suitable, definitely you can get a break over there and get a good opportunity to work for.
Yeah. So do we need to do extra certificates like HACCP and others so that you can build more like FASTag? Nowadays you have FASTag certificate, HACCP certificate to really build your or empower yourself. So what is your opinion on it?
Yeah, definitely. I also encourage students to do these certification courses, which would definitely help you in giving you more insights about these processes and these systems, which are also now uh, implemented and also promoted by FSSA to follow for the industry. Yeah.
The question is how to apply in MNC companies.
Okay. So I would say that you should not restrict yourselves to either a MNC or an Indian company. So in my case also, like I had given examples of companies which were key milestones in my career, which were shaping my career. But in between, I also had worked for some Indian companies like Ruchi Soya. Ruchi Soya was there. Then there was a company called Radico Khaitan as well. So if we are not getting a break into a multinational, it is good also to explore with the Indian companies. And the channels for applying to these companies are through the email IDs or through recruitment agencies which are approved or which are recognized by the company. Okay, so there are many recruitment agencies, but we have to go with the only the agencies which are approved, and also it could be through the websites or job websites, I would say, through Naukri.com or any other such websites, or through LinkedIn platform as well, where the company has an official web page for that, and they do post their vacancies or requirements on those forums. Yeah.
Wow, excellent. There are few questions on studying abroad. Students, I would like to announce that on 20th of February, we have a special session on studying abroad, which are the universities, how to go there, how to crack those exams based on our own experts who are, in the foreign countries. So I would rather restrict this question right now, or if Prakash, if you are willing to comment on whether you recommend students to go for an higher education abroad or in Indian country. So pursuing masters.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. No, it definitely. If there is an opportunity to work or to pursue the higher education at a foreign university, that is also a good option. But yeah, as you mentioned, I did not had any experience, or I did not try for these universities. So maybe you have a future session lined up for a detailed discussion on that. So I leave it up to those people who have experience in that field to comment on that.
Yes. So Prakash, one more question. Like looking at your graph, like it is of course exponential, and that's what is expected. So I'm sure while working in an industry, you must have put in a lot of hard works, your dedication, and your involvement must be very very nice. So generally, when students join, sometimes being a faculty, sometimes we get direct call from the company that some student is not performing, is not meeting the expectation of the industry. So being very in close association with some of the good multinational companies, can you just tell us what company expects from a fresh graduate who have hired recently by them, and how can student put in their 100% so that their graph is exponential and they achieve what they want?
Yeah, no, very good question. And definitely in my career also we had came across such situations wherein the expectations of the students are not met, or they have some uh, other career aspirations as well. So my comment on this would be, the student has to be because as an industry, what is their outlook? How do they look towards the fresher? Is that they are very passionate, they are very enthusiastic. The young brigade, I would say, who have came from an institute to the industry. So definitely industry is looking towards them to learn things in a disciplined manner, and once they have learned it, they have to demonstrate that, they have to justify whatever has been the learning. They are continuously following that, they are consistent with the learnings which has been acquired in the course of time. I would not say immediately start delivering upon them, but they have to be consistent, very much disciplined, and whenever there is an opportunity or whenever there is a requirement from the industry, they should be flexible and open enough to also accept a broader scope of work in their defined work which has been there till now. So which will help them in building up their career further. So they have to be very much open minded, and they need to have a growth mindset, that yes, and that should be visible from their behavior as well as the work that is being delivered from their side. So with these points, definitely I would say a student who has newly joined would have a good track record and good growth in the career.
Wow, excellent. It is
Okay.
so true that one has to be open minded, whether it is in the professional life or personal life. If one wants to, become a successful person as a human being, also, if we have those qualities which you have listed, Prakash, I'm sure this is just a beginning, and success is in at our feet. So, thank you so much for sharing such a valuable tip, such a valuable experiences based stories and narration. I'm really thankful, and my students have, and everybody here in audiences have benefited extremely because of your success story. So, with this, I would like to thank you, Prakash.